So LeBron's going to New York. Let's talk about this. As we know recently, LeBron's been in the news for his antics coming back again. If you guys don't know, whenever LeBron gets mad at his team, he's of the sufficient power to just act like he's going to leave the franchise. If you don't know, LeBron James is one of the few players in the league who can do that and actually, put some backbone to it, as he's won every single award that you would want there to be with like each team. Like each team, he's gotten them to a conference finals. He's won a championship with every team that he's been on, and he's been amazing and gave a lot of years to a lot of franchises. In Miami Heat, Los Angeles Lakers, and Cleveland Cavaliers. So when LeBron starts doing this stuff, there is a real threat that he might leave because he's done it before 3 times already. He did it with the Cavs originally when he left for Miami. He did it with Miami when he left for the Cavs. And he did it with the Cavs when he left for the Lakers. And now he's taunting at going to the Knicks. Now, do I think he will do it? I'm pretty sure no, because even though LeBron and the Knicks would be amazing, it would be amazing for the league, I think, more than him being in LA, because of the Knicks have never gotten that big of a superstar in their career, if we're being 1,000% honest, as big as LeBron, they haven't. And I think it would do great numbers for the league, but do I think LeBron would do it in terms of career? LeBron is one of the few players, him and Kawhi Leonard, where every single team that they've been on, with Kawhi excluding the Clippers, that they've won a championship. This is due to the fact that they're winning players, and LeBron is really the only player who can ever say that he's done that, right? Apart from the guys who only stuck with one team, because obviously, if you stuck with one team and won a championship with them, you won a championship with every team you were on. So now, you take that and you look at the fact that LeBron can go and get to a new team, which is in a better situation, is winning a lot of games, and is still in a big market. What do we think of that? First, I want to say that LeBron's building a super mansion in Los Angeles. I don't think he's going anywhere in terms of home. I think his whole family's in Los Angeles. I think his life is there. I think that now, especially with him becoming a businessman, he doesn't want to leave Los Angeles, but being in New York might have some perks to it. First, if LeBron wants to get into business, as we know he has already, he's a billionaire, then yeah, New York would be great. And if he actually wants a team where, they have a good coach, they have a good system, and they've been playing well, and he has people to feed off of, New York would probably be the best team for him. Now, how would this work to the benefit of everybody? The first thing would have to be that LeBron has to go in free agency. He cannot get traded there, so with that, LeBron has to be patient. Second, Bronny would have to find some way to get to New York, because New York needs to take Bronny, because we know that LeBron is really adamant on playing with his son, at least, in the same team for a season. So getting Bronny would be the second thing. And third, it would be just making sure that LeBron is actually wanting to leave. He has his whole family. His daughter has gone to school in Los Angeles for, I think, her entire life. His wife lives there, and they seem pretty comfortable there. And his other son is playing, high school basketball there in the private school that Bronny went to too. So when you look at their life, and I'm sorry to bring up family and stuff that doesn't have to do with basketball, but when you look at a family situation, LeBron's not leaving Los Angeles. So maybe this is a bluff. Maybe what they're doing is that they're hoping that with this bluff, like the LeBron went absolutely berserk on the Knicks the other day. Maybe they hope that when he goes berserk on the Knicks and tries to scare them, maybe he hopes that he can go and make some statements with that. Apart from that, in the post-game interview, he was wearing a Knicks towel, which was something of, the essence when you see it, because it's like, bro, you don't have to be doing all of that. Your team is the Lakers. Like, that's just petty. And if we're being honest, when we look at a guy like LeBron, we know that he knows all of the tricks of how to play this game. He does not play around, and we know that he's one of those guys who will not sacrifice greatness for loyalty, because he's been loyal to everybody, getting them championships, getting them to exactly the point where they want to be, but meanwhile not sacrificing his own legacy, which is something that I respect a lot. So will him and AD be going anywhere? Will he be going anywhere? Will he leave the Lakers? Will he do that? I don't think so. I think what he's trying to do is just put pressure on the Lakers, and especially on Darvin Ham and the front office, to try to make changes and moves that would benefit the team more than what they're doing right now. The reason why I think that is because LeBron, he's really trying to win a championship, and as he sees it right now, his guys haven't been playing well enough and they've been getting comfortable. And I will say that LeBron's also done some wrong. There are nights where LeBron, of course, he's 38 years old, you have to understand him, but where he just seems gassed. There are nights where he doesn't play nearly as hard as he should. And there are nights where it's like, LeBron, are you out there on the floor, or do you need to be carried to this win? And that's true. D'Angelo Russell, being as good as he's been recently, has been the reason why the Lakers have actually been able to win some games. And with that being said, obviously, that means that the role players needed to be better. But if your whole greatness is relying on D'Angelo Russell, then I think that you need to honestly step your game up. I will say that LeBron did play it very well. Using the trade deadline as leverage for his guys has worked really well, as it worked last year. And now I think they've kind of, started figuring out how to run their team. Their offense has been much better. It's been much less chunky. It's been more, fluid. And I think the biggest switch that the Lakers have done is the passing. The Lakers now pass the ball. Before it was a lot of ISO plays. LeBron was really the playmaker, and everyone else was just trying to get their shots through. But D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves have realized, like, oh, if we just play make, we get more time to handle the ball, and LeBron gets the ball less, and he will score when he needs to, because he's LeBron James. And this worked majestically. This is working extremely well. LeBron still obviously gets the charge of being the clutch player, being down the line. You need him in the game. But he's been scoring at a steady 25 point per game clip. And in a league where 130 points is what you need to win some nights, 25 is just not nearly enough. So the whole thing now, it's like, okay, D'Lo, can you put a consistent shot through the net? Austin Reeves, can you put a consistent shot? And if you guys can't, can you play make so that your other guys could actually get some run? LeBron has been playing with more aggressiveness now. He had this monster dunk against the Hornets the other day where he just completely posterized one of their centers, and he drove into the lane and just looked like a young version of himself again. That was amazing, and he's been on fire in terms of efficiency lately, as he's been shooting very well and has been, putting in his shots at the basket at a really efficient clip, except from the three-point line where he has had some struggles. But when we see LeBron and when we see what he's done recently, right, what we can see is that he's playing differently. He is, focusing more on making better plays, on being more efficient, on having better possessions. And I do believe that if he leaves the Lakers, then there will be some repercussions for his career. First, you're going to be in the hot seat, because if you don't win a ring with the Knicks, it's going to be crazy, because you did all of that just to, not win anything. Second, if you don't win and you don't get a high record and you make them worse, then that's another thing. But it could also mean that he wins his 5th championship and ties up Kobe and wins the Finals MVP for one last time. So when it comes to LeBron, I don't know what his career will be. I don't know what he's gonna do. But I feel like right now, if the Lakers don't fix themselves, then LeBron is probably gonna force a trade, or wait till his contract is over, as he always does, and then finally make a decision from there. I do believe that he's been playing great. He's had some great strides. His team has been playing much better with D'Angelo Russell hooping amazingly. But if they can't keep this up, and if they can't keep a good offensive game going, then I don't think LeBron is staying for much longer. And even if he is, I don't think he's going to win much in terms of awards.